So we got a new tier list over here, self-improvement habits. We're gonna start off strong with meditation, S tier. Now why meditation is an S tier thing? Very simple, you already know about it. You cannot maintain consistency without meditating. I can remember the periods of my life where I was at peak focus, peak of physical health, peak of mental health, and during those times I was meditating. Other than meditating, like when I'm not meditating, I just can't seem to focus. I just can't seem to be consistent. No matter how many habit trackers I said, no matter how much journaling I do, I just can't seem to get consistent with anything. Meditation helps with consistency. It helps you refocus your mind back onto the work, which is what consistency basically is. Next, we got journaling, S tier. Again, the way I do journaling is a little bit different than a lot of other people, a lot of other self-help people, specifically on YouTube. Everybody suggests journaling as like gratitude journaling, or like there's 10 different types of journaling. I've made a tier list video about journaling on my YouTube channel before, but overcomplicating it has never actually worked for me. So I would put it on A tier or B tier, but the way I do it is I treat it like a brain dump. Whenever I'm feeling overwhelmed, whenever I'm feeling a little bit stressed out, I just go to my study desk, open up the journal, and just do a massive brain dump, telling it everything that's going on in my life, all of my personal details, even so that after writing the journal like that, I feel so free. It's crazy. David Goggins talks about ordering your mind. It's like treat your mind like a garage and then keep it organized so that you can have more different things in it. You can't put meditation, you can't put any other habit, even consistency, discipline. You can't put these things inside your brain if it's like cluttered and it's a mess. Journaling helps you do exactly that. Organize your thoughts so that you can structure them better. Next, we got, what is this? Absolute D tier habit. This is cold approaching. Cold approaching, if you're trying to sell something, be a salesman, maybe, sure, B tier or A tier habit. It just leads to a lot of aura. That's why not S tier. But D tier, because it's India, and cold approaching in the classic sense where you're trying to get the girl's number, does not just work in India. Okay, it could work in Western countries, maybe some other countries, but not in India. It's not a cope. Guys have literally gotten arrested trying to do cold approaching. Absolute D tier. Never ever try this, especially if you're living in India. Next, we got social skills. This is different. This is S tier, even above journaling actually. Why does this? Yeah, above journaling, simply because creating a bond, creating a connection with others helps you live longer, live a more healthy life. Straight up. I was reading this book a couple months ago. It's called Ikigai, right? It talks about why the people of Japan who live like 110 years, like over 100 years basically, what's the difference between them and us? Why do they live longer, way longer than us? And in there, one of the major points was connection with others, building a connection with other people, having friends, relatives, everybody around you. And to maintain that connection, to build that connection in the first place, you need social skills. Plus, social skills helps you with sales. Social skills will help you with your dating life even, so you don't need a cold approach. You can just upgrade your social life and become a charismatic person. The amount of friends, and valuable friends even, like they're not degenerates, they're not Jeffries, genuinely good people, good friends. I have met them and made them my friends in the past year simply because I focused super hard on social skills. And within just 1 year of college, I now have a group of friends that I value and trust. Next, we have got gym, A tier. It could have been higher, but I am a person who tends to kind of focus on the mental side of things a lot more than the physical side of things. Maybe because I'm insecure about my own body, maybe because I don't have a six pack, that's why. But okay, this is calisthenics. We're gonna rank it higher than gym. Okay, calisthenics and gym, these two. Why is calisthenics ranked higher than gym? I'm gonna start the debate a little bit later, but first let's talk about gym. When you're training your body, it's not just you training the body to look bigger, it's also you training yourself so that you get stronger in your mind. You build 10 other habits. The habit of cooking your own meals, maybe the habit of setting goals and achieving them. Okay, so With gym or calisthenics comes like 10-15 other habits which you also build, which are also extremely helpful for you. So going to the gym or joining like a calisthenics club or trying calisthenics at home, all these things are absolutely amazing for even your mental health. Like David Goggins says, callousing your mind. These physical exercises help you callous your mind, build strong layers over your mind, even on your hands as well. Now, why is calisthenics ranked over gym? Simply because I think calisthenics is harder for beginners. Straight up, like if you are a beginner like me, calisthenics is actually quite a lot more difficult, and you will make slow progress. My friend and I started calisthenics and gymming around the same time, just like a couple of months here and there. And he joined the gym, I have joined calisthenics. I'm trying to do calisthenics at home. He has made so much faster progress, man. But still, calisthenics, despite the slower progress, is ranked higher because it leads to an all-round growth. You will not sacrifice your movements. You will not sacrifice the ability of your heart to pump faster when you're doing calisthenics. With gym, you have to focus separately on your heart. You have to focus separately on each single muscle, which is just an added layer of headache for me. Like I would obviously prefer calisthenics over gym. Next, we got looks maxing, D tier. Actually, no, let's not be that harsh. C tier. Why C tier? Why so low? Looks maxing used to be this close-knit niche community of a bunch of guys who just wanted to look better so that they could improve their dating chances. And it was a wholesome little community. When I started discovering this red pill, I got into red pill quite late, so around 2022, 2023. Back then, looks maxing used to be a very small community. Nobody used to talk about them, and black pill used to be a taboo word. Like in the red pill community, like we could not talk about black pill. We used to always make jokes out of it. But recently, looks maxing, from being that wholesome, close-knit niche community of simple guys trying to improve their looks, it has now become into a massive corporate structure with brand deals and scammers trying to sell you courses and people hammering at their mouths, and the biggest influencers quitting the looks maxing after leading millions of people astray. It's just crazy, okay? Like looks maxing at this point of time is not a very good community to join. Next, we got discomfort maxing, S tier. Gym, calisthenics, meditation, social skills, journaling, even looks maxing to some extent, cold approaching even. All these things have one thing in common. They're uncomfortable. They're just simply not comfortable to do. At least they're not comfortable, they're not as comfortable as you sitting on your couch and watching a movie. Simple as that. Even if you love going to the gym and hitting the weights, it will still be much more comfortable for you to sit at home and watch a movie sitting on the couch. What we are doing in all these habits is discomfort maxing. In fact, let me just rank it the top of S tier. Absolutely the best habit. Discomfort maxing is when you deliberately go out to find discomfort, to find avenues where you can train that muscle in you which can withstand discomfort, if you know what I mean. You just actively seek out moments where you can escape the comfort and move outside your comfort zone. And this could be done through any of the other habits, but if we have to focus solely on discomfort maxing, it's more about finding discomfort even in the little things. So you sit up straight whenever you're sitting on the train. It's not specifically a separate habit, but it falls under discomfort maxing, if you know what I mean. Like small habits, you just try to find how you can make that a little bit more constructive, and it should help your posture, it should help you in some way, but it's discomfort at the same time. Okay, whatever, I'm yapping too much. Next, we got no dating, B tier. Personally, if you ask me, I would put it on S tier, simply because I'm a guy who can't focus on multiple things at once. If I date, then my rest of my life just absolutely gets wrecked, right? But I'll not rank it too low. It's a lukewarm situation for me, because dating experience is something which is a massive part of self-improvement, but at the same time there's also a massive community inside the self-improvement niche which is all about grinding and focus and hustle. And so dating is not even questioned. Like one of the first steps of the self-improvement process in some courses that I've seen, I'm not going to name any, is break up with your girlfriend. straight up. So no dating, nothing. And I can't relate with it because I don't have much dating experience. But one thing that I can say for certain is that I have a lot of focus. I have a lot of thoughts regarding this YouTube channel. So many thoughts, in fact, that I can make one video each and every single day. And I think one of the major reasons why I can do this is because I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have a dating life as such. This leads to improved focus, but at the same time, I'm also aware that my social skills could be getting harmed because dating experience is also needed according to some self-help YouTubers. I will trust them. Next, we got NoFap. NoFap would be top of A tier. NoFap actually leads to a very bad mental health, but only for the first month or two. You will feel stressed, you will feel bored, but if you are not NoFap, you will not be able to, fap. But when you don't fap, your social side of things gets so much better because due to this self-improvement niche going so viral, and since the lockdown, basically, like, everybody knows about self-help, and fapping is demonized, rightfully so, but we all forget that we need to hate the habit of fapping and not the fappers. But the internet, being what it is, hates the fappers, right? We make memes on the fappers and laugh on them all the time. We shouldn't. But basically, what I'm trying to say is there is a low self-esteem angle to fapping. And so when you relapse, when you fap, you have this guilt, you have this thought in your head that, oh, I'm a bad person for doing this, which absolutely wrecks your mental health. But being said that, NoFap is also a really good thing to do because it improves the social side of things. Now that you're like, okay, I'm not a fapper, I haven't fapped in like so many days, I deserve to be a normal human being capable of loving others now. Okay? Simply, like, forget about the hormonal changes, forget about the self-esteem and all that. If you can call yourself a part of the NoFap community, and I am on day 90, this gives you such a happy little feeling that, okay, I've done something, I've accomplished something. This sense of accomplishment is why NoFap is on A tier. It's absolutely amazing. It makes you feel so good. Next, we are bringing some pace here. What is this? I forgot what this is supposed to mean. Habit tracking. Habit tracking is actually not that good. Bottom of A tier. Because personally for me, like, habit tracking has never actually like properly worked. I've tried a bunch of times and it just kind of works, especially if you are stuck in a rut. It helps you get out of a rut, but habit tracking will just help you till that. Once you're out of the rut and you are starting to show some consistency, you have to stop doing habit tracking because it's gonna just waste your time, wreck your mental health. Personally for me, I just love to keep things in my head instead of after doing the task and going to the fridge and putting a check mark on a piece of paper. That's like extra work for me. I'm extremely lazy, right? So that's why habit tracking bottom of A tier, not lower than that because it actually helps. Next, we got a timetable. Second best thing to ever exist on the planet. The reason why schools have been using timetables is because it simply works. Straight up, it just works. A timetable just works. You make a massive routine, maybe for just your morning, maybe for the entire day, maybe for the evenings when you're feeling low and tired. You make a routine, you make a timetable which allows you to fall back on a specific set of tasks that you need to do if you're feeling tired, if you're feeling like you're in a rut. Okay, if you're feeling low energy, you can just look at the timetable and be like, okay, that's the thing that I need to do, and without it giving any extra headache or mental space, you just do the habit. This is why timetables are so powerful. It gives you a constructive, very structural look at your day, and this helps you make progress much more quicker. Next, we got reading books, and it could be any books, self-help books, literary fantasy books. Any kind of books is really good for you, even above NoFap, simply because it helps you structure your thoughts so much better. When you read a book, it's written by somebody who is good at writing books. It has been checked by a bunch of editors who are great at the language, and so what you're going to be reading there is an optimized version of the English language or whatever language book you're reading. And when you keep reading books, your brain is trained on that optimal version of that language, and so now you speak much clearer. Simply because of that, like not because of the learning lessons, the mindset shifts. I think watching YouTube videos is a much better form of that. Watching YouTube videos will get you the same amount of knowledge that a whole book does in like 5 minutes. Straight, like right now you're watching a Taylor's video. This will probably be 12 minutes long, 12 minutes, 11 minutes, something like that long. If you have to read a book on all these self-help habits, the book will probably be around 100 pages minimum. And you have to read 100 pages over the course of weeks to know what each of these self-help habits are. Instead, you can watch a 12 minute, 13 minute, 11 minute, whatever YouTube video to learn about all these things at once. It's just much more higher value density than reading books. That being said, like if you just keep reading books and watching YouTube content, you can get stuck in this cycle of procrastination where you don't take any action and just consume knowledge. Okay, for that problem, I haven't ranked them any higher than this. Next, helping others. It's actually a goated technique which nobody talks about. Probably above social skills. Goated technique, like if you want to improve yourself and you have already consumed enough knowledge like this. Oh wait, what? If you have consumed enough knowledge from these two sources and you have knowledge to share with other people, if you start giving help to other people, you yourself will see an improvement in you. Helping other people is one of the best ways to remind yourself of the habits that you have forgotten about. Next, we got side quest maxing. This is so exciting, ranking it at the bottom of S tier. Side quest maxing is when you're like, okay, my primary focus is YouTube. So for me personally, I'm talking about me right here. My primary focus is YouTube, and then I'm going to do college, and then I'm going to work on my work at my father's office. These are my primary focuses right now. But a side quest would be, let's go and explore the new cafe. Let's go and try that new dish. Let's go and try something and learn something which we have no idea about. Like one example would be, I joined a cooking competition without having any idea about how to cook anything. Like I'm being serious right now. The day before the competition, I'm watching YouTube videos on what to cook. Straight up. But I went there. Obviously, I did not win, but I enjoyed the experience. This is called a side quest. Did not contribute anything for my main goal of YouTube, but it did contribute for me as a personality. Like the reason why I can tell you a whole, like if you want, I can make a separate video on this. A whole separate video can be made. A whole story is added to my life because I went on that random side quest of going to that cooking competition. This is the power of side quest maxing. It makes you a much more cooler person if you have a bunch of side quests. Again, if you just keep focusing on side quests and not give extra time to your main quest, you're just a grifter. Maybe with that caveat, maybe I'll just rank it around here. But I think it's very important, right? Next, we got spirituality, D tier. D tier, spirituality is D tier, man. Like you can't argue with me against this. I see so many spiritual cringe guys online who say, I don't want to date, and I'm a religious person, and I don't want to make any growth. Or money is like, everything is just materialistic, and I'm just gonna focus on me. Like, it's such a stupid little thing to say. Like, why would you not care about money? Why would you not care about dating? The reason why you're able to make a video on YouTube talking about why you don't need money is because your father gave you money to buy the camera. Maybe you earned the money to buy the camera. You're using money to hate on money. Like what kind of a psychology is that? You can't keep using money and hate money. Oh, materialism, I don't want to chase that. Of course you want to chase that. Your family, your bloodline depends on that. Without money, without any fame, any success, people will forget about your family name. Your children will not have food to eat on their plates. Have you thought about that? Oh, I'm not going to have any children. Then what's the point of your spirituality? Spirituality tells you to have children and spread your family name further. What about that? If you want to have a stable, successful family, you need money. And hating on money, calling it spiritualism, it's not good. Sure, spiritualism in the absolute in the absolute proper sense is not bad at all. Like spirituality is actually pretty good. But once it starts becoming all about rituals and all about escaping materialism and all about that cringe boy guy YouTuber type talk, when spirituality begins becoming something like that, dude, I can't talk to these people. Like when I try to make promotions for my YouTube videos on Discord, I joined a lot of self-help servers, and in one or two specific servers, I just looked at those guys and I was like, what is wrong with you guys? Like, you guys, I can't talk to these people. You are using the computer and the mouse and the keyboard to type on Discord that, oh, I'm not materialistic, I'm not this, I'm not that. Like, I can imagine these people, skinny neck, they will not go to the gym because I'm secure in my body. Like, you're not secure in your body, you're comfortable in your body. You can't be secure in your body if you keep burping after having a bread. Your gut health is cooked. Like, you can't be doing these things, man. Spirituality in the YouTube sense, in the Instagram sense, absolute D tier. Actually, if you have to talk about spirituality, it's probably above S tier. It can't even be ranked. Okay? The real spiritual people are not even on YouTube. So the things about spirituality that you see on YouTube, it's all fake. Trust me, it's all fake.